It's now official that the monkeypox virus is in the country. The Ministry of Health and Wellness gave the confirmation yesterday. It means that we must practice proper hygiene and adhere to the measures stipulated by the ministry to protect ourselves and loved ones. In the show, we'll tell you how it is spread and how to limit your exposure. Hello and welcome to Jamaica Magazine. I'm Adrian Atkinson. Also on the show, we take a walk along the trails of Woodside in deep rural St. Mary and emphasize the importance of composting.
Good day, I'm Stephen McHugh, and this is your JIS News for Thursday, July 7. Jamaica's emergency protocols have been activated following Wednesday's confirmation of the island's first recorded case of monkeypox. Health and Wellness Minister Dr. Christopher Tufton told yesterday's virtual press conference that the Emergency Operations Center is active. He added that a review of the capacity of all isolation facilities is being done to manage monkeypox and COVID-19.
The necessary health protocols, including surveillance, clinical management, lab management, as well as infection prevention and control, are being completed for the distribution to health teams island-wide. And sensitization of the health team and members of the public, which began more than a month ago, is being enhanced.
The single case of monkeypox involved a male who recently traveled from the United Kingdom. He has since been isolated and his close contacts quarantined following contact tracing. Minister Tufton called on the public to refrain from panicking as the COVID-19 protocols have proven effective against monkeypox. These include frequent hand washing and sanitizing, mask wearing, physical distancing, and staying home if sick. Persons experiencing fever, intense head and muscle aches, as well as a skin rash, are being urged to isolate immediately and call ahead to their healthcare center or doctor before visiting. Monkeypox occurs when persons come in close contact with infected animals or humans. It spread through the coughing or sneezing of a person with a monkeypox rash, direct contact with monkeypox skin lesions and scabs, or interaction with clothing or linen of an infected person. For more information on the monkeypox virus, visit moh.gov.jm or your local public health department. The Jamaica Constabulary Force JCF is reporting a 7% increase in the seizure of illegal firearms in the first 6 months of 2022. A total of 392 guns have been taken off the streets during this period. Commissioner of Police Major General Anthony Anderson says the figure, when compared with each of the same period for the last 5 years, represents the largest haul of weapons. He was addressing a virtual press briefing by the JCF on Tuesday.
When we examine the weapons seized, there has been a 60% increase in the seizure of high-powered rifles, a 7% increase in pistols, and an 11% increase in shotguns.
The commissioner says the JCF will continue to use all the tools available to confiscate illegal guns, pursue gangs, and go after the money used to fund their activities. He is urging persons with information that could lead to the seizure of guns and/or the capture of gunmen to call Crime Stop at 311, the tip line at 811, or Police Emergency at 119. Meanwhile, Deputy Commissioner of Police Fitz Bailey says several of the firearms seized have been linked to murders.
We have actually linked 57 recovered firearms to 163 cases, and there are 230 wanted firearms that are linked to 662 cases. That's where we are at. And when we compare that to last year at this time, it was 538 hits that we made.
And at the virtual press conference, Police Commissioner Major General Anthony Anderson revealed that 5 persons will be extradited to the United States for lottery scamming and other serious crimes later this week. Just over a week ago, several persons were taken into custody following a major police military operation led by the Anti-Lottery Scam Task Force in St. Anne. Among those taken into custody was a 16-year-old, and 5 high-end motor vehicles were seized.
Lottery scamming investigations will continue to be a significant area of collaboration between law enforcement entities locally and overseas. as the proceeds of scamming are used to purchase illegal guns, pay contract killers, and sustain the operations of gangs.
Commissioner Anderson also pleaded with parents, guardians, and teachers to be vigilant and report lottery scamming activities involving young people to the police. In other news, Jamaica has welcomed just over 1 million stopover visitors since the start of the year, which has generated over $1.5 billion in earnings. Tourism Minister Edmund Bartlett, while speaking at a media briefing on Tuesday, said the industry continues to show very strong recovery from the fallout caused by the COVID-19 pandemic. The minister also says the industry's steady recovery can be credited largely to the continuous expansion of the industry into other markets.
Critical to much of the travel arrangements that we've been doing since the recovery began, to enable Jamaica not only to rely on our traditional market of the USA, Canada, and the UK, but to look at the emerging markets and to look also at markets where the economies are growing and doing better, and where the affordability levels are higher.
The Middle East market is now being opened to Jamaica, with talks far advanced with airlines in that region to enable flights into the island. Meanwhile, Minister Bartlett says Jamaica is set to welcome its largest and financially strongest delegation of potential investors from the Middle East this week. The group of 80 Saudi Arabian business interests will arrive tomorrow for discussions with government officials on local investment prospects. Minister Bartlett says the delegation will be exploring investment options in logistics, agriculture, tourism, infrastructure, real estate, and hospitality.
We are excited about the prospects of being able to show them the different investment options in the corporate area, in Montego Bay, and elsewhere, and that out of it will come, foreign direct investment, straight investment in the economy of Jamaica.
The minister adds that Jamaica is in talks with the Saudi Arabian delegation to establish a logistics center on the island. The center will allow goods and services that are needed to drive tourism across the region to be produced by and exported from Jamaica. And finally, more than 200 Jamaicans will vie for top honors at the Culinary Arts Competition and Exhibition set for Friday at the Ranny Williams Entertainment Center in Kingston. The Jamaica Cultural Development Commission event will showcase participants' talents in 7 categories, including traditional dishes, wedding and celebration cakes, as well as wines and liquors. A farmers market and demonstrations by the Heart NSDA Trust are also planned for the Culinary Arts Competition and Exhibition. Friday's event, which gets underway at 10 a.m., is free to the public. And that's it for JIS News Today. I'm Stephen McHugh. Thanks for watching.
To properly carry out a hand rub, apply a palmful of the product in your cupped hand, covering all surfaces. Rub your hands palm to palm. Rub your right palm over the back of your left hand with interlaced fingers and vice versa. Rub your hands palm to palm with fingers interlaced. Rub the back of your fingers to opposing palms with fingers interlocked. Rotationally rub backwards and forwards the clasped fingers of your right hand in your left palm and vice versa. Once your hands are dry, they are now safe.
Now that the monkeypox virus is in the country, it's important that we know the ways it can be spread, the symptoms, treatment, and how to protect ourselves.
Monkeypox is a rare disease that is similar to smallpox and can be transmitted by contact and droplet exposure. The disease is caused by the monkeypox virus, a member of the orthopox virus genus. While smallpox was eradicated in 1980, monkeypox continues to occur, mainly in countries of Central and West Africa.
The virus is normally found in animals, but the disease may be transmitted from animals to humans, usually through bites or scratches or consumption of bushmeat.
Cases have been found in animals such as squirrels, Gambian poached rats, dormice, different species of monkeys, and others. Human-to-human transmission can occur through contact with bodily fluids, lesions on the skin or internal mucosal surfaces such as in the mouth or throat, respiratory droplets, and contaminated objects.
Milder cases of monkeypox may go undetected and represent a risk of person-to-person transmission. Children are at high risk, and monkeypox during pregnancy may lead to complications, congenital monkeypox, or stillbirth.
Detection of viral DNA by a polymerase chain reaction PCR test is the preferred laboratory test for monkeypox. Antigen and antibody detection methods may not be as useful as they do not distinguish between orthopox viruses. Persons infected with monkeypox usually present with a fever, rash, and swollen lymph nodes. In addition to the swollen lymph nodes, the fever stage of the illness usually lasts 1 to 3 days and can come with intense headache, back pain, muscle ache, and an intense lack of energy. This is followed by the skin eruption stage, which lasts for 2 to 4 weeks.
The incubation period is usually 6 to 13 days, but it can range from 5 to 21 days. The disease is often self-limiting, with symptoms usually resolving spontaneously within 14 to 21 days.
Treatment of monkeypox patients is dependent on the symptoms. Vaccines used for smallpox eradication have provided protection against monkeypox, while newer vaccines have been developed to specifically prevent this disease, one of which has been approved by the World Health Organization. Persons can also protect themselves using the same safety protocols for COVID-19.
Present COVID-19 measures of practicing physical distancing, mask wearing, and frequent hand sanitization will also reduce the likelihood of transmission of monkeypox virus.
In recent times, monkeypox outbreaks have been reported in Europe, North America, and Australia, with more countries reporting cases. Most cases are linked to persons with recent travel to countries where monkeypox is endemic, mainly in the region of West Africa. But caution is urged all around the world. The World Health Organization says the current outbreak is spreading primarily through sexual contact.
Persons must report to the health department if they develop a fever, a rash, following recent international travel, or close contact with persons who have traveled to endemic countries. Healthcare workers must also have a heightened sense of awareness of this disease that has been spreading in some countries and report suspected cases to the health department.
Prevention of diseases is important to our well-being, so let's all remain vigilant and practice good hygiene and measures that protect us against the monkeypox and other contagious viruses. Be safe for long life. Stay in good health.
What a way you're full of our roots and culture. That was in Jamaica 60. Jamaica 60? What a piece of news, Miss Matty. I feel like my heart going bust up.
Just in, the island of Jamaica is on the verge of celebrating its 60th year of independence.
I only way for celebrating it. They say the people them you know them come here, you know. But you see when our people decide say the other people them free paper, oh no, them say if it's war, start it whatever. We all collect medal panta fight, you know. Medal. Amount of tongue we give them, you know.
The celebrations are slated to begin on January 1st, 2022. Organized by the Ministry of Culture, Gender, Entertainment and Sport. We have more in this report.
I am on site and planning activities are ablaze. Persons are advised to download the Reggae Jamaica app to know what it pre. Activities for the Jamaica 60 celebration.
Yeah. I don't know the app to get the updates then.
There is a rich untold heritage nestled in the deep rural community of Woodside in St. Mary. Not everyone is able to experience it firsthand, so we went and put this together for you.
About Woodside, let me start by telling you that Woodside is my heart.
Woodside is in St. Mary, deep rural community. Approximately around 1,000 people living in Woodside. Mostly middle age. It's a farming community.
Woodside is really a warm and a friendly environment and a very peaceful community. As people coming into Woodside, you can just expect fruits, you name it, country. Just country stuff, you know. And then you can expect history and culture. So we have students come here on tours, university students and visitors, people doing history, doing research and like family tree, you know, and some of them find out back their family were right back here from Woodside, from this very plantation here. This plantation was one of the largest plantation of coffee growing in this region in the days of slavery.
We have 4 historical sites here that are protected by the National Heritage Trust. It is the former great house of the slave master. Steps down here, those are steps which were carved out by the Tainos. One Bobby Susan, which we have now learned, is called Atabey. But I have yet to hear about sacred tourism. And this is what we are. This is a sacred space that you are in. Down there, Daddy Rock is a sacred space, sacred to the Africans. It's very important that she's Atabey because she's the mother of the chief god who is Yokahu, and she is the goddess of the earth mother. So we have her here in Woodside. And there's steps here that are sacred to the Taino. I'm telling you that we have Taino from Puerto Rico, and we have Taino from Florida coming to see these things. And you would cry when you see how they behave, how they love us because they say we took care of their relics.
The church can tell the production that was taking place. That was the home for the slave master. And then it was given to the community for a school, and then it became a church. The same organization built us a school over there, which is closed now. And I see it to use fit as a perfect camping site for this area. Because we have a lot of high schools in this community. We're doing cadet drill and all of these things. Back then we was told that here was the era where the slave used to plan their escape.
Annually, we come down here to really have a reading session on the 31st of July, leading into the 1st of August when it was Emancipation celebration. The slave would come here to really discuss their own private business, leading up to that impending event that will be the Emancipation celebration. So we find it possible that annually we'd come here, have a reading session.
These plaques here bear the name of some of our slaves that were here on the plantation.
Well, the future plan for Woodside, you saw it down there. Since 2006, we determined that we would make use of our historical sites. We would care them so that we could present them in our educatourism product, looking much better, and we would also be teaching people more about them. Well, that needed funding. That is not something we could do by having a dance. And then the cement company last year put out an advertisement for community development projects. And we applied, and we came first. And we got the $6 million, not in our hand, because they are doing the project. But that is our project there, the ancestral garden.
So we can have visitors who come here and then we exchange, cultural exchange, we can exchange with food, we can share with rivers we have here, and different, we have caves and all of this. So here in Woodside, really, it's environmentally friendly.
I'd like to tell you about when Woolmer's Boys School came here. I do not know if you know custard, you know coconut custard? Well, they got roast yam and coconut custard, and they were all, wow, we want more, what we want. Tell us how to make this. We want our mother to make. You can imagine mother making in Kingston, mother making this for them Woolmer's children. But anyhow, that's the kind of excitement that comes with coming here.
Up next, protecting the environment by composting.
Compost is one of the richest forms of soil nutrient. So here we are buying fertilizer for huge sums of money, when in fact we are throwing away something which is richer in many regards than what we are buying, spending hard cash for. We, from time to time, do what we call garbage characterization survey. This is where we actually go island-wide and take samples of the garbage and look at what make up the garbage. All the surveys that are done in recent past points to one particular set of dynamic. The compostables are always the highest. 67% in some survey, 65% in some. We eat vegetables. We do ground provisions, the peelings from those. We use cardboards, newspapers, lots of stuff that can be broken down and can be put to good use. With such a high percentage of the solid waste being compostable, we are therefore forced to look at how we're going to manage in the best way possible, in the most efficient way possible, that high percentage of the garbage.
Composting is a rich form of soil that is broken down by microorganisms to become either fertilizer or soil. Now we're going to do a demonstration to show you how we can do it. First, if we're starting, this is our kitchen waste. So if you're starting a compost bin at home, you need to get your kitchen peel, your banana, your lettuce, your cabbage, your tomatoes, and you cut them in finer particles. It will make it break down much faster. In order for the microorganism to work effectively, you need moisture, you need air, and you need heat. You can use a hand shovel or your hands. Too much moisture will allow the stuff to rot and it won't be compost. And if it is too dry, the microorganisms won't be able to work effectively. So you need to get a right mixture. If you squeeze it with a fist, you shouldn't have any water running out of it. If it's dripping, it is okay. If it is running out of it, that means you have too much water. So now this is our compost. If you keep this moisture in your compost, it will give you a maturity rate of 3.5 months. And you'll get this final product, which is this right here. Compost, what it does, the longer it stays into the ground, is the richer it becomes. We're going to demonstrate how we use our compost for potting. We're going to pot a few plants using our compost. This plant is called spider fern. It is an indoor plant. that does like a fair amount of water. It likes a light mixture. The composting can be used for indoor and outdoor plants. This plant is called a bougainvillea. It is an outdoor plant. It likes a lot of sunlight. It blooms a lot, and it likes dry areas. The compost is offer drainage. It doesn't keep the water too long. This is now 6 weeks old, and this is 3 weeks after being planted as a seedling using our compost. And this bougainvillea is 6 weeks after being planted by our compost, and they're just blooming, blooming, blooming. This is a mature spider fern that we use for our rentals, and this is about 2.5 months old.
At the NSWMA, the parks that we manage, the beautiful flowers that you see there, the composting that is used to fertilize these plants are actually done within the department here at Parks and Gardens.
The other benefit is that we at the NSWMA, we would need less trucks. Now, right now, our biggest problem is trucks to remove garbage. Can you imagine if we could take out the 67%, which we could convert at source? What that would do to our national budget? Gas oil, repairs of trucks, labor to work on the trucks. Just look at it. It is huge savings that could come. Exponential is about getting a behavioral change at source that will see significant reduction in solid waste. We want to see this reduction and to see it in a very tangible way. And we believe that composting provides that excellent opportunity.
This is where our journey ends, but only for today. Do join us again tomorrow when we'll bring you another informative program. In the meantime, stay connected via our website, jis.gov.jm. And while you're online, send your feedback to Jamaica Magazine at jis.gov.jm or via tweet at JIS News. You may also find us on all the major social media platforms and through our mobile app that's Android and iOS compatible. On behalf of all of us here at the GIS, I'm Adrian Atkinson. Do take care.
This has been a production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.